G'day, it's Liam Fitzgerald from 3YB Coast FM Events. Yes, I'm in a backyard. Why I'm in the backyard? Well, we're going to find out because I'm joined by Ben Pohlner. Ben, you are part of this weekend's Sustainable Living Festival at the Civic Green. And what brings us to your backyard?
Yeah, so I'll be talking about growing fish in your own backyard. So it's called aqua-ponics for those who don't know. So it's just utilising fish and vegetables in a symbiotic relationship in your own backyard. So the veggies are growing hydroponically, as you can see behind me, and they're all growing off the fish waste. So down the bottom here, there's a large fish tank.
This brown fence-looking thing behind us, that's a tank.
Correct. So on the inside of that, there's 8,500 litres of water and about 100 kilos of rainbow trout, primarily.
100 kilos?
About 100 kilos, yeah, and that just keeps us going in fish throughout the year. They get topped up every year from the Ballarat Trout Hatchery. But yeah, we just throw the food in there every day. The fish come up. It's fantastic to watch when they actually feed. And then, you know, we'll just harvest fish out as we need them. And then all the veggies that you see here are all growing on the fish waste.
That's unbelievable. And is this something that's pretty new, Ben? Is there many other people doing something like this around town?
Yeah, it's something I've had this one here for 7 years. Yeah. I've helped set up probably a dozen others around town, but once you get the principles of how to do it, it's actually not that hard. It's almost, you know, it's just people grow chickens in their backyard for food. I grow fish in our backyard for food, and it's, you know, it's something that works really, really well.
So how does the waste generated by the fish get into all the plants?
It's this magic thing called bacteria. So we have so it's the bacteria that drive the whole system. Wow. So the bacteria are in all of the rocks. So a couple of these beds on top are just filled with rock. That rock is the media which the bacteria hang on to. That bacteria converts the ammonia in the fish waste through to nitrates and nitrites, which are the components or the nutrients that the plants utilise. When the plants take up those nutrients, they're in effect cleaning the water for the fish as well. So as the whole thing just runs in a big cycle, and you can probably hear water moving and rushing and all of that behind us, and that's just tanks draining as it goes through that cycle, and in doing so, it's just cleaning up the water for the fish.
So is there a pump system in there that sort of helps generate it? If we can hear something squirting out now, is there something that helps push it around? Yep,
so the whole thing runs on a 35-watt pump, so it uses about 17 cents in electricity a day, so it's pretty energy efficient. And you can see there's a tank draining right now. That pump just feeds water from one tank to the next as it goes around. In doing so, as the tanks rise and fall in the water level, that's aerating the rock inside and aerating the bacteria. It's also aerating the roots of the plants so that they can grow. So it all turns into a mini intensive little ecosystem.
That's fantastic. I never ever known you could grow vegetables by using fish, and you say you've got 10,000 pounds or something in there. Yeah. So that means if you're a fisherman, Ben, a bit like me, if you ever get bored, do you just chuck a line in and see?
Yeah, if I'm not too successful out on the ocean, I can just grab one from the backyard. It's pretty easy. But look, the trout taste fantastic. There's no issues with the taste.
Do you eat them?
Yeah, and that's why we have them here, to eat them. So we've got one here that I can show you.
Let's have a look, because he's actually got a net here. This is the easiest way of fishing I've ever seen, in a tub with a net.
There we go.
Look at that.
So there's a little rainbow trout. So
look at that.
This one's
bring it in close to the camera.
That guy there, so we can see him. He's going to flip, I know.
Yeah, don't do that. There we go. Oh, nearly got him.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a rainbow trout. If we can see him there. So that trout.
He's just fallen out of the net.
Oh dear.
It's all good. We better put him back. He's restless. So how big is that trout?
Oh, that trout there would be a bit over half a kilo.
Yep.
And he'd be about 9 months old at this stage.
Yeah,
but
right.
He's a bit of a smaller one. Some of the bigger ones in here are well over a kilo, up towards 1.5 kilos.
So, Ben, you are one of the speakers at this weekend's Sustainable Living Festival at the Civic Green. So if anyone wants to come and learn more about this fantastic setup, because I'm absolutely fascinated, how can they come and have what time are you on?
Yep, I'm on at 11:25, running for half an hour, and then afterwards from 2 till 4 there'll be an open garden, so you can actually come here, have a look at the garden for yourself. I'll be here to ask any questions you might have, or answer any questions you might have, and yeah, by all means rock up. I'm keen to see others get involved. I'm pretty passionate about aquaponics and growing fish in the backyard, and I love to see other people getting into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we're at 77 Fitzroy Road at the moment. So if anyone does want to come and have a look, after that time you'll be here. Will you put the kettle on?
Oh, absolutely. No worries.
Will you cook a trout?
Oh, if they're lucky.
Beautiful. Ben, thanks for having us. It's fantastic to have a look with a wet handshake, but that's all right. But the Sustainable Living Festival, hosted by the Warrnambool City Council, on again this weekend at the Civic Green. And obviously, come and have a look at this fantastic setup. Thanks again for your time, Ben.
No worries.
And we'll see you soon. This has been Liam Fitzgerald from 3YB Coast FM Events.